December 7th, and that means that we are quickly nearing the end of the year. So many of us will be making resolutions that we hope to keep.
Yep, and if you're unemployed or looking for a new career opportunity, our staffing experts at OnStaff USA are here today to talk about what you need to keep in mind.
Emily Turner is here with us today. And Emily, it's interesting because it seems like we're hearing more and more good news when it comes to the economic outlook and the employment outlook for people. Is that what you're finding?
That is definitely what we're finding.
Okay.
Numerous jobs available every day.
But you're there to help people actually make that transition into a great job. And the process probably starts with having the right resume that is reflective
Definitely.
of what you are.
Because there is lots of candidates available for employers to look at. So you want to stand out above the crowd. So you want to make sure that your resume is on the correct paper.
What is that? I mean, is it, do you want it to be pink or lavender or have a smell to it so that it stands out, or no?
No, you want to be, put your resume on basic paper, white or off-white.
Okay.
Do not use pink. Do not use blue.
All right.
It's not going to stand out.
Okay.
Basic paper is what an HR professional is going to look for.
Okay.
You want to have clear and legible text or writing. You want to have a concise objective. So make sure that it's concise and the employer knows what you're looking for. Make sure that you summarize your work history. Don't try to be all over the board. Put your references on a separate page. Summarize your work history so that it's relevant for the job that you are applying for. And make sure that your work history is truthful.
Okay.
So, two things that I always tell people: make sure you spell check. But spell check doesn't catch everything.
Right.
So make sure that you proofread your resume.
And maybe have a friend proofread it as well.
Exactly. Another set of eyes is always the right way to go.
Okay, I'm curious because somebody may be interviewing or applying for different kinds of jobs. Should you custom tailor the resume for the kind of position that you're applying for?
You bet.
Okay.
So if you're looking at two separate jobs, make sure you do two separate resumes.
Okay, good to know.
All right, so after the resume, we know we have the interview, hopefully. You get that interview in the door. How do you make a great impression? I know there's a lot of do's and don'ts. Let's talk about some of those.
Definitely. First and foremost, make sure that you are at least 10 minutes early to the interview. Leave your cell phone in the car. Don't just turn it on vibrate. Leave it in the car. Research the company. Know a little bit about the company. Know the company culture. What do they do? Make sure that you're prepared to answer questions about yourself, a little bit about your goals for the future, what you liked about your past employment, that kind of thing. Also, ask the interviewer questions. Why do they like the job that they have? How long have they been with the company? So be prepared for the interview. Be prepared to send a thank you note.
Does that really, I mean, is that a manners thing, or is that
stand out?
Really saying, I respect the time, your time, and how much time you spent with me on this interview?
Correct. It makes you stand out. I always encourage a note, but if you are lacking in time, send a quick email to a person.
Perfect.
Some sort of thank you really makes you stand out as a candidate.
Wonderful. And are there any don'ts?
There are three main don'ts that I usually tell people. Don't talk about money on the first interview. Wait. Don't talk negatively about your past manager or company. And do not be late.
Okay. Those are
those are my three big.
Those are big.
At some point, will it become clear to you to bring up the money question? Because I think that's one that a lot of people will have, benefits, money, compensation, those sorts of things.
Usually the second interview, or if you're using a recruiting firm like OnStaff, then that would be our place to have those negotiation talks for you.
That's really the nice part about it, especially for somebody who's re-entering the workforce or changing industries, changing occupations. Having OnStaff is really like having your own personal team of consultants to walk you through that process.
That's correct. We can present the offer to the client and let them know up front what you as a candidate are looking for pay-wise.
Great. Now let's talk about wardrobe and dressing appropriately for that interview.
Okay.
What are the do's and don'ts there?
Yeah, I definitely encourage people to be overdressed than underdressed. No jeans, ever. Does not matter what position you are applying for. Cover all tattoos. Take out any facial piercings, except obviously if you're a woman and you have earrings. But be conservative with your jewelry. Don't go overboard. Stockings required. Wear nylons if you're wearing a skirt.
Yeah,
you definitely. And then, you know, iron your clothes, be clean and appropriate, comb your hair, shave.
Not too much perfume, I'm guessing.
Definitely
I've heard that one before.
Yeah, that can be overwhelming to an HR person or a hiring manager.
Some of this stuff can just seem like such common sense, but they're just super great reminders. Tell us how we would get in touch with you at OnStaff.
OnStaffUSA.com is the most common way, or they can contact us at 1-800-GET-A-TEMP. We have all types of positions available currently, professional, technical, and temporary positions. This will be our best year on the direct hire side of business. So if you are a candidate that is looking for direct hire placement, please contact us. We have opportunities.
That's great. And you have offices in many different communities, but you also represent firms that may not have been in those communities because you have jobs that you're helping to place people in really throughout the area.
That is correct.
Fantastic. Well, Emily, thank you so much. And I know there are a lot of people looking for jobs. OnStaff USA is a great place to start.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming in.
We'll be right back.
Are you West?
All right.